And welcome back, Montreal, to the Suburban Radio Hour at CGD 800. I'm Beryl Wiseman, editor of the Suburban, with my good friends and colleagues, Anthony Bonaparte, features editor, Mark Littbetter, sports editor, and Mike Cohen will be bringing you all you need to know from entertainment and society news. And now I turn it over to Anthony. And Anthony, you have the wonderful Jen Cox.
Yes, we do. How you doing, Beryl?
You know, trying to just get through. Happy Victoria Day weekend.
How you doing, Jen?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
Yes, happy Victoria Day, everybody.
What is Victoria Day, anyways?
The
Who cares? We get a 3-day weekend.
It's Queen Victoria's birthday, Anthony.
Of course.
Okay. We have a day for this, still.
I am a monarchist, as you know, simply because I think we need some standards of comportment.
Yeah, well.
As long as they don't say anything or do anything and just stand there and talk nice and dress nice.
Did you see the new painting of King Charles?
I haven't seen a reaction by the British to a...
It's a devil incarnate. I love it.
The last time there was a reaction like this is when, what was his name? I forgot his first name, but his last family name was Chamberlain, and he was commissioned to do the portrait of Churchill. And Churchill at 93 saw this thing where he's sitting there his whole body sort of falling in on itself with this grouchy look on his face, and they never hung it. It was sold privately. This is not... Who thought of this? Floating Charles's head? I mean, they floated Charles's head in the sea of, like, blood.
It's art, Beryl.
We are not amused.
Jennifer?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You still there?
I am here. I'm ready to talk about home.
Anthony started that, not me. I just want you to know.
I know.
You know that painting could be hung in a home. See the segue there? Because
there you
Jen
go.
did some
You have
stories
a great
about
home section. We have a great home.
There you
yes.
go.
Very seamless, Anthony. Very seamless.
I'm
Very
starting
good.
to learn the segue thing.
We got the
Take it,
segue.
take it.
Yes,
Exactly.
segue. You pick up anything and hang on like your life.
What do
like
you-
you're drowning ship.
What do you have coming up in our upcoming home section, Jennifer?
So, yeah, I have 3 articles in the upcoming home section. I have my column where I divulge, new products that are out there, new store openings, new collections that are coming to the city. I also let people in on some free plants and seeds that anybody can get in their respective borough, but you'll have to read the article to find out how to do that. But there's all kinds of free gardening stuff out there. If you guys want to get started on a garden, you can do that through your municipality. So I have my column. I also did an article on eco-responsible gardening. So any of those fellow gardeners out there, this is a way that you can sort of do your gardening hobby and also, be eco-friendly along the way. And then finally, we have another article on the popularity of ceramics in bathrooms. It's a big time for bathroom renos, and ceramic can be a really great option, and I talk about some of the advantages of using that material in your bathroom reno. So lots of fun stuff at the homes section in the Suburban.
You have an interesting story coming up in an upcoming issue about bullying. What can you say about it?
Yeah.
So far.
So this is an interesting one. I'm just in the process of writing it now. So we had somebody that actually reached out to the newspaper and took out an ad because they are an adult now. They want to remain anonymous for the article, but they are an adult now. They are a parent. And they actually bullied somebody when they were quite young, and they're trying to find the person that they bullied because they want to kind of make amends. And I explain why and why now in my article. But it was quite a unique one. This one came across my desk. I was like, never done a piece on this before. So, yeah, I did an article on that, yeah.
I look forward to reading it because, it's, when you think about it, we all have regrets or things that we did when we were younger, except for Beryl. He's shaking his head because, of course, you have no regrets, Beryl. Lived a perfect
Only
life, right?
my mistakes in my social life.
Okay.
But I had a flash about a guy, let's call him David, who was a real pain in the ass. And it was grade 8 or 9, and I told him I told him I meet him behind the school after school in the schoolyard, and I beat the hell out of him.
Are you in grade 6? He was in grade 2?
No, it was grade 8. We were both in grade 8 or 9.
Just testing you there.
Big fat blonde guy.
Anyway, I look forward to reading that story.
Thank you. I actually, I did that myself. I reached out to somebody. I was not the type of kid that was I was never a mean kid. I had good friends, but there was one kid that I picked on a little bit, and it really, really bothered me. So I found him when Facebook came about. I sought him out, and I just poured my heart out, and I apologized, and I said how awful I felt. And he wrote me back, and he told me not to worry about it because he had no idea who I was.
What could you have possibly done? Anthony, what could possibly our Jen have done to anybody? Except for there was that one time when she did win in that kickboxing competition. You remember when she was...
I don't want to talk about that, Barry.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
The same as the last name, the middle name. We were keeping certain things under wraps, just amongst the Suburban crew.
You thanked me last week for keeping your middle name
did.
quiet.
You were a good secret keeper.
Anthony or Mark brought it up.
No,
not guilty.
Here comes the blame game.
Okay. You did a blog this week about picking battles with members of your family. Which member of your family are we talking about?
Well, I could do a whole other article on picking battles with my husband, but that's a different thing. No, I tend to write about parenting. I have a 11-year-old, a very headstrong 11-year-old. And, I realized the other day, when you're mixed up in parenting and you're always with your kids, you tend to pick on them. Not pick on them, but, you nag quite a bit on little things, and you got to learn to sort of pick your battles. So I wrote a piece on that. My son is a major shorts wearer. He does not want to wear pants, ever, even in the dead of winter. And this is an eternal battle every year in the fall. It starts to get colder. I start putting out pants. He refuses. He's walking to school. He's the only kid in shorts. I get letters home from teachers asking me to please dress my kid appropriately for the weather. However, this year, he was turning 11, and I said, no more. I'm not, picking that battle anymore. He knows if he's hot or cold. I'm not going to tell him how to dress. Pick your own clothes. You want to wear shorts? You want your legs to freeze? What do I care at this point? So I just thought I should enlighten some other parents, and maybe they need to take a step back, too, and pick those battles wisely, because it'll start to fall on deaf ears if we're picking every battle.
Perfect. Jen, have a great night.
Thanks, guys. You too. You take care.
Bye-bye.
Take care, Jen.
In our most recent feature section, apart from the,
Melanie writing on
Melanie
Caribbean
Refs,
Island.
exactly.
She writes beautifully.
She spent some time in the Dutch Caribbean island of Saint Martin, one of her favorite spots. She talked about that basically she spoke to one of the resort spokespeople there, and who said that summer is the ideal time to travel. Room rates are lower during the high season. Restaurants are there's more room.
Right.
Okay. It's hot like hell though, summertime in the Caribbean. Did you ever go to the Caribbean in the summertime?
I went to the Caribbean in early May several times.
Not so bad. Okay. Family-friendly, all-inclusives, as well as adult-only resorts. Which one do you prefer, Beryl? Adult-only or family-friendly with kids running around the pool, yelling and screaming?
Please describe to our audience my body language right now as you're talking about kids running around.
I could imagine, yeah.
Sheltered adult resorts.
Okay.
We're sheltered from the world.
Dr. Mitch Schulman wrote a piece that talked about anger and basically saying it's not good for you. While stress and anger are realities in our lives, we should try to reduce them and limit them, changing our behavior, how we react to things, counting to 10, taking a deep breath, stuff like that.
Right, so can he stop writing stuff that's scaring people? He's
trying to help us,
Get me a prescription. He can help me. He can help me with a prescription for diazepam. He can
medical advice. And I've been reading Dr. Mitch every week now for the past several years as his editor, and I come to realize.
So how do you feel about that? Do you have any dreams about it?
I've done everything in my life completely wrong. I should be dead by now.
Me too.
What he has to say.
The wise men do everything opposite, and most, thank God, live to 90.
One day some of his stuff will stick with me, and I'll probably live a longer life, healthier, happier life. He also gives practical advice on what to do at the end of the day to help ensure a good night's sleep, and no, Beryl doesn't include whatever it is you're thinking.
Mark, help me out here. He's casting aspersions.
His mind goes.
I lead a monk-life existence, Montreal.
Yes.
A monk-life existence of reflection and service.
You go home, you shelter in, you go to bed, and that's it for the night.
I read.
Yeah.
Yes. Great
Contemplate your navel.
The existence of the world.
Yes.
And I wrote a piece this past week on essential camping and hiking tips. advice given by the Canada Safety Council, like plan and prepare.
Not from your experiences.
Know your limits, dress appropriately, stay hydrated and nourished, stuff like that. But I also added some of my own advice, personal advice. Because
Such as?
well,
You don't like
don't
camping.
go camping and hiking.
Right.
Exactly. Stay the hell home.
Exactly.
Stay close to concrete and asphalt.
The next
with the
time
civilized people.
The next time you write something like that, if you want to co-author because you don't want to get all the hate mail, just add my name.
As an ex-camper and hiker a long, long time ago when I was, younger, when I been there, done that, and it's not for me.
My poor parents.
I like my hot showers.
My poor parents used to try to get me to go like the summer camp just for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And as they explained it, I am still in shock from their first explanation, the first attempt when they explained to me what a summer camp is. I was 8.
How old are you? Okay, 8. Okay.
I was 8, right? And like I already wore ascots. And blazers.
I'm actually picturing you. In
I swear to you.
ascot.
And I had my room and I had my books and I'm looking at them and they're telling me about nature and the air is good for me and birds. And I don't want birds,
Lies,
Anthony.
Bill. Always.
And
Lies.
dueling
Lies.
banjos.
Yeah.
You
Give me asphalt and concrete any day of the week.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. This is the Suburban Radio Hour on CGA 800. Beryl Wiseman out of the Suburban. That was my great friend and colleague, Anthony Bonaparte, with some great feature stories. And we will be right back with Mike Cohen and Entertainment and Society News right after we check in with CJD Traffic Center.